Alright, man, welcome back. Today I'm gonna be talking about all the reasons why I feel like gaming just ain't been hitting the same lately. Now, a lot of stuff, whether it be music, movies, TV, even YouTube, it just ain't been the same. And I know I ain't the only person thinking this stuff. So let's go ahead and just get into this video. Now, the first thing I'm gonna start with is the release waits. These gaming companies always either put out way too many games in a short span of time, which I'm gonna get to, or they move too slow and they take decades to release new games. And I'll use GTA 5 as an example. That game came out in 2013. You know what I was doing in 2013? In 2013, I was in 3rd grade, bro. I'm halfway done with my bachelor's degree now. So much time has passed between then and now, man. I see people saying that game came out when they was in middle school, and now they got a wife, 4 kids, they done became a lawyer, bought a house, whole life done already passed by, and we still waiting on this game. Now, of course, they finally did end up giving us a release date, but it took them long enough. I mean, like, just think about what you could get done in 12 years. 12 years, let that sink in. We gotta wait till 2025 to get another GTA when the last one came out over a decade ago. In that time frame, you literally could have became a surgeon by now. But my point is, when you wait so long on something to come out, eventually you just lose interest. Like, GTA 5 is the only modern GTA out, and it's basically a lot of people's only option if they want to play an open world crime game. So basically, since that's all people got right now, they just playing it out. And when you playing something over and over again, you ain't getting no updates on nothing new. You know, you get kind of burnt out on doing the same thing over and over again. Like, GTA 5 is so old now. I mean, it's a cool game and all, but we need something new, man. GTA 5 was a PlayStation 3 release. We on PlayStation 5 now and nothing has changed. Like, think about this. What notable games have even been released on current gen so far? Nothing. Don't get me wrong, it's some cool stuff out, but it ain't really nothing groundbreaking happening. Like, some game will come out, it'll be hyped up for a month, then after that, literally nobody's playing it or talking about it. You'll look up a game on YouTube and the first results say uploaded 1 year ago, uploaded 11 months ago. Like, it just be dead. For example, that Hogwarts Legacy game that came out last year. I remember every big channel was playing that, like Dante, Berleezy, RDC, all them. It was all over Twitch. Then one day, nothing. Nobody cares anymore. Like, it's no longevity. Who cares? Of course, that game got its own niche little fan base that genuinely does still play the game. Like, it's not completely dead, but for the most part, you don't hear anybody talking about that no more. Now, another problem is them releasing too many games in a short period of time, or just releasing them before they're even finished. I'm gonna use 2K for this example. Now, don't get me wrong, 2K is fun as hell, but for a minute, these past, I wanna say, maybe 6, 7, maybe even longer years, it's just been a re-release of the same exact game. Now, of course, when it comes to sports games, they gotta release a new one every single year to keep up with the roster and the current events and all that. But when you really think about it, what realistically can change in 12 months? Like, that's honestly, it's just like, what can you realistically even really do in 12 months to make a different game? 2K aside, like sports games aside, because of course they do again have to release them every year. When it comes down to these games that just release stuff to release it and get it over with, that's another problem. So it's like, I mean, they sometimes, these game companies, they don't even put in any effort. They just rush to put it out and that's it, and the game just dies. Like, because it's too glitchy, it's unplayable on release day. You gotta go on all these crazy websites to download a patch to get it to be playable. Like, why are y'all doing this? It's like there's no middle ground with these companies. They either rush to release a trash game, or they take too long to release anything at all and give us 0 updates, making you lose interest altogether. I really miss when these companies would release these games every 3 to 5 years, but now they either just spam garbage before it's even finished, or they wait till your hairline gets pushed back and you on your 5th divorce to release the next one. It's like there's no in between with these people. My point being is that they make you lose interest over time because they take too long, or they either oversaturate the market with garbage. So this ties into the release dates thing that I just went over, but I'll explain how in a second. Now, I cannot stand when people say, oh, the nostalgia is just fading off. This thing that you enjoyed was always trash. Like, because they don't know what they talking about. Some people just be talking out their ass. But when it comes down to it and you start getting older, you know, you working 40, 60, shit. Some people even working 80 hours a week, depending on what you do. You know, you could be up in a warehouse. You come home, you're tired. You don't feel like sitting down and playing no games because video games are so long now. Even playing something on a regular basis feels like you're barely making any progress. You can sit down for 12 hours and still only be 3% into a game. I saw somebody complaining about God of War for this reason. And when you're already trying to manage doing other stuff in your life and you have to map out times that you'll actually be able to play the game, it becomes more like a chore than it is a leisure activity. You can't just spend hours playing anymore when you know you only got a few hours to yourself before you gotta go clock in again. And this is another reason why I feel like a lot of people lose interest in gaming, especially games that tend to take forever to release anything new because life moves on. Nobody has time to wait 10 years to play a new game. You know, you ain't getting no updates on nothing. You know, they just playing the radio silence game. They're just, you know how they do, they just leave their fan base in the dark and you're just going on about your life. You don't care no more because why should you? I mean, if they're not giving you any updates, time is going on, you lose interest. Like, that's just how it is. Now this next point is a really big one, a real big one. Corporate greed and microtransactions and not listening to fans on reasonable requests. I remember the days when you could buy a game and that would be the end of it. You would automatically already have everything you needed after making one purchase. DLCs were available, but it was optional and not really necessary. Now you gotta make in-game purchases and use your real life
Bottom accents, say this phrase out loud. Earn.
Now you gotta make in-game purchases and use your real life hard-earned money on virtual currency to get anywhere in the game. You can't even use a money cheat. One of the most universal cheats in every single video game ever was taken out of GTA 5 because they want to promote the purchasing of pixelated money. If this ain't some dystopian time shit, I don't know what is. Oh yeah. You want to try using a money glitch? Account banned. Rockstar gonna get you up out of here. A couple years ago, they was cracking down on that hard. They said, hell no. A perfect example of corporate greed is this one specific EA game I want to point out. I know a lot of people that watch me don't play this game for sure. I know y'all don't, but it's a point I want to make out of it because this is literally the state of gaming in a nutshell. Now hear me out. The Sims 4 is an EA game, right? It has close to 100 DLCs and they're continuously dropping them. The old Sims games never had more than 11 and this game is almost to 100, y'all. This game has been out since 2014, a decade ago. Yep, just once again, another one of these games that doesn't release sequels in 3 to 5 years anymore. It's been a decade. It's been an entire decade. Now the old Sims games had pretty much everything you needed in the base game, but when Sims 4 came out, they removed every single fan favorite feature and have either never added them back or they charge you to get it as an extra add-on. The entire game in total cost $1,000. Yes, just to play The Sims, you have to drop a band. This is a basic game for kids. Older people play it too, but it's mostly been marketed towards like teenagers and kids. So it's a child-friendly game, and they expect 12-year-olds to be out here dropping a band on the game. Honestly, this is the scummiest thing EA is getting away with. I don't know how they could even get any worse than this. Every single small detail or feature is released in a pack. They charge you $5 of real life money just to get new virtual clothes and a few meaningless objects that for whatever reason people eat up. And this is a very big issue once again. People just accept this type of stuff and throw their money at these companies, which is the only reason they get away with this stuff. It almost feels like these developers go out of their way to not listen to the fans. And I'm not even talking about unrealistic requests. I'm talking about basic, simple things that these companies proved that they were able to do in their older games. And even back before they had the money and resources that they do today. Nobody wants to play these broken, glitchy games that have way less features than they used to. Nobody wants to spend thousands of dollars a year just to make a game somewhat playable. These AAA high budget games should be playable on release date. We aren't asking for anything we know they can't do. It's not like we're asking a small indie team to make the next Rockstar game. We just want a reasonable amount of things to do and a fleshed out game and better single player quality. Which brings me to the next point. The single player gaming experience is dead. I remember when developing a good storyline for the single player seemed like the most important part of making a good game. Now, nope. Just buy this DLC, get your account banned, download this patch that this random person that just plays the game made so that it'll be playable and not crash every 5 seconds. Go online and let the mod community handle it, man. Modders have really been carrying the weight of these games that these developers been slacking on. Modders are the ones fixing glitches instead of the actual developers themselves. Modders are always the first to realize when something needs a fix and they get it out before they do. It be taking these companies months, even years sometimes, to address a feature that the modding community already either added to the game or fixed a long time ago. I feel like they noticed and got lazy because of that. Oh well, we don't need to worry about making this game playable because they could just go online and add some mods to it. They can just go search up the patch that this person made. I don't gotta worry about doing all that. And you can really feel the pure laziness and sorriness when you play a lot of these new games. It damn near feel like we make our own games. We don't even be on the shit that was originally released. It be feeling like a whole entirely different game by the time you install all the fixes that these sorry ass developers couldn't just put in there. Now my final point is, they're just too focused on the wrong things. These developers are entirely too focused on the wrong things. They would rather spend more of the budget on graphics to make a pretty game than they spend on the actual game features. Games back in the day used to have some ass quality. I'm talking characters' hands was bricks, fingers all glued together, janky ass movements. I mean, you could barely make out what was going on the screen because everything was blurry like you just drank 10 Casamigos or something. And even then, that was more fun than these 4K 120 frames per second games because they were actually focused on the game itself. They really let these people that ain't even fans make them pivot to the wrong directions. They are too busy trying to appeal to audiences that don't even play their games. The people that be talking like, the people that be crying over little jokes in these games, those people don't even play these games. Why should we give a fuck about their opinion? They don't even play it. But yeah, I pretty much hit everything I wanted to say in this video. We just need to start talking with our wallets. A lot of this comes down to the fact that people are still paying quality prices for non-quality products. If people would just stop feeding into all these microtransactions and letting these people get away with releasing half-ass games, we might actually get somewhere. But people are desperate for something to play, so they buy it anyway. Could it be me though? Anyways, let me know what y'all think about this. I want to hear y'all opinions in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna catch y'all in another video. Peace out. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Later.